Last week, we flipped through my first bullet journal for 2023. This week, let's have a little flip through my reading journal. I do have a video about how I initially set up these reading journal spreads as well, so if you'd like to see that, there is a link to that in the description. These pages have been working really well for me for this first half of the year, but I'm thinking about maybe doing a month-to-month reading journal setup like I've seen some other people do. I've been watching lots of reading journal videos lately, and it just seems like fun. I'm not trying to put any pressure on myself, but I have been reading more this year than I ever have before, so maybe it would be a good thing to do. Anyway, this is the cover spread, and the next one is my books read in 2023 list, which I am running out of space on, as you can see. I originally started leaving one space in between each of the books, but then I really noticed how much I needed more space on the page, so I've started just putting them right next to each other instead. And I have read a 33rd book, so I'm just going to add that very quickly while we're here. I am definitely a fiction reader. I love romance novels, and I have been getting into fantasy, romantasy, new adult kind of stuff this year as well, which is pretty fun. My most recent read was Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren, who have a huge back catalogue that I am slowly working my way through. I actually read almost everything in ebook or audiobook format, so my goals page here I wanted to look like a bookshelf so that I could kind of feel like I had a bookshelf without actually having physical books in my life, and it's actually worked pretty well. So I try to match the colour of the pen with the colour of the book, so I'm going for the most orange pen that I own because I don't really like orange, so I don't really use it. And the anticipated releases page is exactly what it sounds like, a place to put all of the books that are upcoming for the year so that I know when they come out so I can be ready for them if I'm excited about them, especially Iron Flame, because oh my god. This one is for all of my favourite reads of the year. I'm currently at 5, I have space for 12, but I'm not going to try and force myself to fill it just so that the page looks pretty. But maybe I'll have 7 more books that I really like for the rest of the year. Hopefully I'll have some 5-star ones pop up, we'll see. When I set up the series tracker, I didn't really know how I was going to use it or if I was going to use it because I wasn't reading a lot of series at the time, but I have actually. I've read all of the Deadlight's Cove series this year as part of the buddy read. I've been reading ACOTAR for the first time. I'm on A Court of Silver Flames right now. Of course, Fourth Wing has another book coming in November, so that's got to go on there. It's been really good. I've liked that I've been reading some series and keeping up with it. This is my maybe next spread, which is what I call TBR because I don't like the amount of pressure that to be read makes me feel. I am definitely a mood reader, and to be honest, I don't really consult this spread when I'm trying to work out what I need to read next, and I should probably do that more. The rest of the spreads are just my thoughts on each book individually so that I can remember what happened and everything. I only do one of these art pages if I really like the book, or sometimes even if I don't really like the book that much, but I have the appropriate ephemera like stickers and washi tape and stuff to go with it, then I'll give it a little bit more attention. I use my HP Sprocket little printer guy to print the book covers for each book so that I have a visual reference of the cover because that quite helps me. And I'll sometimes print bits of fan art or other things that I think would work well to help illustrate the book in the journal. I'll quite often get pictures from Pexels, which is a stock image site, and lately I've been messing around with using AI to generate the images for my reading journal, which is also really fun. Mid-journey, what a time. I picked up a star rating stamp on Etsy that has been a game changer as far as putting star ratings on things. I wish Goodreads would let you do a half star because I quite often want to half star things and be like a flat 2.5, but I have to give it 3 or 2, you know? And when it gets a double page spread like this, like Smoke Show here, you know I really had a good time reading this book. This is my second time reading Smoke Show, but part of the buddy read, I had to do it. Also, please don't take my ratings of these books personally if they are things that you loved. I know a lot of people loved Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. It just wasn't really for me, that's all. The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy though, I wish I'd given this kind of an art page situation because I loved this book so much. I didn't think I could do it justice though because I was like, it's quite a niche book. There's like kind of swampy vibes and it's a fantasy, but also there's a lot of like funeral work and stuff. So I didn't, but I wish I had given it an art page somehow. I've also recently joined a book club with some friends, which has been really fun. We call ourselves the Literary Ladies. And it's been really cool to read some stuff that I wouldn't probably pick up on my own without being prompted by my book club friends, so that's cool. Fourth Wing, oh my god. This was such a strange book. I didn't expect to give it 5 stars. While I was reading it, I was like, this is fun, but I just kept thinking about it, and I'm still thinking about it, so clearly it's a 5-star book. This is where we're up to at the moment, and I still have some spreads that I need to set up, so let's do this next part together. I'm going to make an art page for A Wing and a Miss, which is the next Deadlight's Cove book, which is the one after the one on the previous page there, A Very Merry Christmas. I also need to print the book cover for Love and Other Words, and then I'm going to add on Before the Coffee Gets Cold and A Quart of Silver Flames here so that they're ready to go when I want to set those ones up once I finish them. Printing those out with my trusty sprocket, which I could not be without, and then I just cut it out. I do them as a collage and I cut them down so they're just little. The book I'm doing the page for here is called Wing and a Miss by Amy Vance and B. Perkins. It's part of the Deadlights Cove series that I've been talking about, the buddy read. And in the Discord for the buddy read, they actually supplied inspiration photos for all of the characters. So I printed those out as well, full size with the full 2x3 sprocket paper. And I'm including those for each of the characters. So that's been really fun. These are kind of a paranormal romance, urban fantasy, mystery, cozy vibes in a small town with quirky characters. They're such a fun read, and they're on Kindle Unlimited, so, go off. Indie authors sometimes can be really good, sometimes not so much, but these ones are really good. The main characters are Dragon Shifter and Witch, respectively, and so I'm taking some of my inspiration from the magical vibes of the books and some of my inspiration just from the cover colours. And I'm just going to put a title at the top and add some decoration around for some things that are significant to the story, and leave some space for me to write down my thoughts and feelings about the book as well. This is my amazing star rating stamp. I got it on Etsy. It wasn't cheap, and shipping it to me here in Australia also wasn't cheap, but it's been so worth it. It's a one-off purchase, so I think it's fine. I use it with just pens, Tombow Fudonosuke most often, stamp it down. It can be a little bit tricky to get it to stamp straight, but I'm getting the hang of it, slowly but surely. And then I just colour in the stars as required. If you're enjoying this little peek into my reading journal so far, don't forget to hit the like button down below. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel and you want to see more stuff like this, you can always hit subscribe, turn on notifications if you'd like to. I do also have channel memberships, although we don't talk about the reading journal so much. With the channel memberships, we have a private Discord where we have good chats about other things, and if there are some readers in there, maybe we will talk about books. That would be pretty cool. I would actually really like that. If you'd like to find out more about the channel memberships, you can head to my channel page and click on the join button, and you can find out all the details there about pricing and what's included and all that good stuff. Or you could spend your money on books instead, and I would completely understand. Also, while I'm giving you the spiel, if anything I'm using in this video catches your eye, I'll try to link to as much of the stationery that I'm using here as I can in the description down below, but I probably can't link to all of it because it's quite erratic, not like a bullet journal theme like I do in Plan With Me videos, but I'll link to what I can, and if you see something and you want me to tell you what it is, just let me know. I'm gonna flip the page over now that that one's all set up, and we'll do another page for Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. This one I'm not gonna do an art page for. I did enjoy the book, but I don't have anything in mind as a way to decorate a page, so I'm not going to. I'm just going to do this in the really minimalist, easy, basic way instead, so you can also see what that looks like. I always use my letter stamps for the title just because I like the consistency of that. It does take a bit of time, but it's kind of meditative. I don't mind it. I know some other people see this process and are like, I could never. That's okay. You can just write it. That's fine. I gave this one 4 stars. I do usually really like Christina Lauren's work. I also did really like this book much more than the last one of theirs I read, which was the one out on the Oregon Trail. What's it called? Something Wilder. And I've also read some of theirs that I liked better than this one too. It happens. I also like to track the format that I read the book on, so this one was on audiobook, and the rest of the page is just for thoughts, feelings, musings, observations. I used to just read one book at a time. These days I do 2 kind of going at once, but I'll usually have a romance that I'm reading on audiobook and a fantasy that I'm reading in ebook format, and that seems to work pretty well. I don't get confused. As you can see, this is a much easier and more straightforward way to track these things. I do still have these book covers to kicking around, and I could put them in the pocket at the back of the journal, but when I do that, I tend to forget about them and they just stay there forever. So instead, I just grab a couple of little washi stickers and I stick them to the next page so that I can see them and I don't end up reprinting them later on. I've done that a couple of times, so this just saves me the effort. I can just be like, oh yes, I've already done those. Good, well done, past me. That's the reading journal for the 6-month mark of 2023. I hope you enjoyed this little flip through with me and got a little sticky beak at what I've been reading, and I would love to know what you've been reading too. Let me know your favourite book so far this year in the comments down below. I'd love to know, especially if I haven't read it. I'll be back again with another video next week. Until then, I hope you stay safe and happy, and I'll catch you again soon. Bye.